Hi everybody, this is Conrad again. Wanted to show you a remodel kitchen. This is one of the things that we've just got through accomplishing here at Mays Landing. We did things like install the appliance, new hood fan, stove, refrigerator, replace all the cabinets, countertops, and this entire section over here. New sink, dish rack. These are some of the things that many of you guys are considering in your next project at your home. Basically what I wanted to go over with you is, I know that you've watched many of the shows on TV, and many of the shows are very good, but it takes more than a half hour, it takes more than an hour to accomplish these things. The work that's been done in here has been through a series of a couple of weeks, getting the countertops, the parts, the pieces, all of the things that are necessary, rewiring the appliances that require more or less power, compared to what was existing in the house. Electricity is something that you don't really want to play with. If you're not familiar with it, then hire a professional. The biggest cause of house fires is electrical, loose wires, grounded wires, very dangerous stuff. So, hire a professional. If you're not familiar with it, or you're scratching your head and you're looking through a book, or looking on the web, for some answers on electrical, you know what? It's going to be cheaper in the long run to hire somebody that knows what they're doing. You have to be real with yourself when you get into a project and ask yourself, what is your skill level? Is your level good enough to put tile in? Tile isn't complicated, but if you know the steps, you have the right tools, and you've been shown some of the tricks, it's very easy. Putting in cabinets, it's not complicated. Very easy to tear out, but putting it in and making everything look right, and all of the doors lining up and looking like a professional did. If your goal is just to throw it in, then go ahead and do it. One of the things that you do when you're working with things is that, you make mistakes. Mistakes happen, okay? That's how we learn. But, in time, you can pick up, and limit those mistakes and give yourself a nice quality job that you can be proud of. Yes, there's many projects that you as a homeowner can do. Sometimes it's best to call somebody. Find a contractor that's willing to come in and show you, help you, guide you before you get started on your next project. Whether it's in the kitchen, the bathroom, call. One of the best resources is your local hardware stores. They have people that work in there that are very familiar with things like plumbing, things that you'll need. Your Home Depot and Lowe's store. Many people think that, well, they're a big corporate store and the money doesn't stay at home. That's true to a point, but I will tell you that in Mississippi, when many of the homes were destroyed, that Home Depot and Lowe's both stepped up to the plate. They actually worked with volunteer groups, with community civic groups, and actually gave money back to the communities. Not just for playgrounds, for gardens, but individual homeowners that we as nonprofit organizations presented to them, to our local Home Depot, that, hey, here's a family that needs some help. We filled out some application papers and all for a request for a grant, and you know what? Many of them, received the $5,000 grants, from Home Depot and Lowe's. So they are a good source. And also another thing that they also provide is if you have a group that's fixing on going on a mission trip to help somebody with the tornadoes that's been happening, or hurricanes, or just somebody in your neighborhood that you're helping out, you can ask your local manager of that Home Depot or Lowe's and say, hey, tell them what project you have, okay? They will actually set up classes for you and your group to come in to learn how to put sheetrock up, learn how to do tile work. Really simple. You have to communicate with the manager and let them know what the project is, and they'll actually help you, and guide you and give you some pointers and some tips, so that when you get out on the job, you're actually helping. You already have a plan of action. You already know what you're going to get into. One of the biggest things and drawbacks when we step out into a project is that we don't know where to begin. We don't know what to do. We don't know the task. We don't know the steps. That's where preparation comes in. Before you start any project, make sure that you do all the preparation, learn everything that you can about the steps that's necessary. Just putting up tile, putting in cabinets. If you take that time to do your homework, you can have yourself a nice job and save you some money too. All right, my name is Conrad. Thanks again. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.